I've been awake since 5 o'clock this morning, and I haven't been able to go back to sleep because I've just been thinking. Last night I went to what was supposed to be a candlelight vigil, and it ended up turning into a protest for equal rights when some yes on Prop 8 people decided to show up and defend a proposition that's already been voted on. For those of you that don't know, Prop 8 is an unequal rights proposition that basically determined that gays and lesbians no longer have the right to get married, which before this point they did in California. But because this proposition unfortunately got passed, they don't for now. And we're hoping that the California Supreme Court find this unconstitutional, as they've done in the past, but for now that's how it stands. So anyway, I was over there, and I was with my free hug signs, trying to show my support. I mean, I may be straight, but I believe in equal rights too, as many people do. But it was suggested to me, and I didn't think it was a bad idea at the time, that I go over to the yes on Prop 8 side and give some free hugs to them. So I went over there, and yeah, they were running from me, and all I wanted to do was give them free hugs, but because they mistakenly perceived me as a lesbian, that somehow made them afraid of me. So, you know, I went around, and all I found was unacceptance and hatred. Well, I mean, there were a few people that hugged me, and that was, that made me feel that not all hope is lost. But for the most part, a lot of people said some pretty nasty things, and just were really hurtful. So I went back to the other side of the street, which I found to be the more loving side of the street, which is ironic because a lot of the yes people are Christians, and Christians, of which I am one, let me note right now so that you understand where I'm coming from with this, but Christians claim to be so charitable and so loving, but many times they are so closed-minded. And it really made me think, because we believe in this guy named Jesus, who was the only non-sinner in the history of the world. And he touched lepers, and he hung out with whores, and he defended the defenseless, and, he loved the sinner. And I'm not trying to say even that I believe that gays and lesbians are sinners. I mean, because they're human, they have to be by default, but that's not necessarily why. Anyway, that's not for me to decide. My point is that these people who claim to love everyone, that's not what we're seeing. We're not seeing love when you tell us that my friends should not have the right to get married because you don't understand their relationship. I mean, okay, one nation under God. What God do you follow that decides that it's not okay for everyone to have equal rights? It's not okay for everyone to have love. And that's just the way I feel. So you can disagree with me. You can call me names. You can say the most hateful things to me anymore. It doesn't hurt. But you're not going to change my mind. And you're not going to prevent my friends from loving each other, even if they can't get married.